All right, guys, it's that time again. The CBCS Hot List. Let's just get right into it, guys. That's right, guys. Thank you for joining us on Home of the NY Warriors, where we bring to you the CBCS Weekly Hot List by Eric Norton. But before we get into the hot list, let me just go down the line real quick and introduce my fellow NY Warriors. We're going to start with my man, Manny NYC in the house. What's up, Manny?
Yo, what's up? I'm here.
Ready? You ready? You here? You ready for this list? You know what? I'm not going to linger too long on you. We're going to keep it moving. We got my man Joker in the house. What's up, Joker?
What's going on? What's going on, people, man? Yes, happy to do this, man. This list this week, man. So many things going on, man. And this list is one of those things that we gotta express and put it out there, bro, because it's plenty of books out there.
It's a good list, and there's nice reasons why the books that are picked in here on this list are there. We're gonna go over it, but before, guys, if you guys are new to the channel, please remember to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and also my guys right here, Manny and my man Joker, they do their own channels also, so their links also for their channels are in the description below. So make sure you guys check them out because we collab all the time. I'll be on Mike shit, Mike be on mine, the same shit, like we all over, so you don't want to miss out. A lot of things going on.
Yes.
So let's get right into the list. Let's start with my man Eric, what he wrote with the first book. You know what? Let's just show the first book instead of just talking about anything else real quick. So here we got Sweet Tooth right here, guys. This is Sweet Tooth number 1 from 2019 from DC Vertigo, and it's by Jeff Lemire. And why is it on this list? Because it has a Netflix show. So let's just read a little bit of what Eric wrote on his article and why he chose this book. So he's like, I feel like this book has been talked about in circles since late 2019. In fact, I know it has. That's when this story was optioned for a show. Fast forward to April 2021, Netflix announces this show for premiere in June. When I was at my LCS this weekend, I was jokingly asked the guy behind the counter if they had any on the shelf, and he just started, he just stared at me, which tells me one or two things: either I need better material, or at 1:30 in the afternoon, it's still too early for a joke with a guy behind the counter at the comic book shop. Still, this book will most likely continue to see success as June approaches. Yeah, so Sweet Tooth, man. So the trailer's out from Netflix, and I think that the show looks freaking dope, really dope. You know what I mean? And there's some history with this book, so I'm just going down the line real quick and see if Manny, what do you think about this book, man?
The crazy thing, man. I ran into this book so many times, and I had it so many times. It's like it's insane, man. You would have never thought that this book was gonna be.
Yeah, it was gonna be something.
And I wasn't thinking about Netflix. I knew Netflix, whatever they grabbed them up to make a show, but I just lost. I was like, whatever. It's a whatever. I read like the first 4 issues, and then after that, I was like, I'm okay. I don't need this book on my pull list,
I think at the time when we was when this came out, we wasn't really thinking TV show or anything like that, so it didn't really hit our radar like that,
Yeah, I mean, it was a good read though. It was a good read. It's just it was something that I just took off my pull. I didn't want it anymore. But it's I would say try to. It was $1 too. The crazy thing was it was
a $1 book for a while.
Yeah, but now. Try to get one, try to find one.
Yeah. And Mike, what do you think about this one?
Yeah, I know. I think with the trailer dropped last week, right? For this, I still haven't seen the trailer. I gotta see the trailer.
What? Oh, you gotta see it, man.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. I heard good things about it. Surprised it's coming out for Netflix. I know it's DC. Surprised it's not coming out for HBO Max or something. Don't know what's to deal with that, but this one right here slipped up. I didn't. Who would have thought Sweet Tooth would have came up with a show? You know what I mean? But yeah, this goes to show that where everything is optioned, not everything necessarily get picked, but some weird ones and some odd ones, not like like this book right here gets picked up, and we got a show now with the result of that. So dope book.
Yeah, and this book also had a resurgence real quick, like back in
I was gonna say that.
Last, I think maybe I'm wrong, but maybe early last year there was a resurgence. It was called Sweet Tooth: The Return, and it was under the DC Black label because it used to, this was, of course, this is a Vertigo, but Vertigo kind of converted into DC Black, right?
If I'm not
mistaken. Yeah, so it was under the DC Black label. And for this one here, Jeff Lemire, he's the writer and he's the artist of this series,
There you go.
This is like his baby, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
All right, so we're gonna move on to the next book on the list, and we got here, Paper Girls from October 2015, Image Comics, and the reason this has made the list is because Amazon, they casted the lead roles of the main characters in here. So let's read a little bit of what Eric wrote in his article. He says, again with the option books. Because these auction books are the ones making all of these lists, right? Making these books hot. So this time the news broke last year that Amazon had picked this up for a series. Then last month, the lead roles were cast as it was announced that Sophia Rosinski, Cameron Jones, Relay Leightel, you know what? I'm probably chopping up their names, and Finn Strazer were all set to be in the show. Sales for this book jumped over 700% last week, when the news broke. Just so real quick, this series, I collected this series. I collected like the first 4 issues of this run, and I had the art of Cliff Chang. He visited my LCS, and he signed both of them. And I ended up getting rid of this book. It was a good story, but I sold it way too soon. So, Manny, what do you think about this one?
Yeah, I did the same thing. I had the book. Actually, I had Cliff Chang autograph on it too. Yeah. I could have sworn I sent this book to get graded. I don't know. Maybe I did. I can't remember. But yeah, I had like I want to say the first 2 issues, and then I was like,
yeah, the second issue was like some like a hot pink cover.
Yeah, it was like a hot pink cover. I was like, I'm okay. But other than a story, it was a good story.
It's like a story based on the 80s or something like that.
Yeah.
What I can remember.
Anything based on the 80s is pretty good, But I mean, if you have this book, then I mean, it's good for you, man.
Yeah, and Mike, what do you think about this one?
Yo, this was a book when it came out that I was like, so I left it. I didn't pay no mind to it, and then afterwards, everybody was saying, "Oh, it's such a good book, such a good book." I'm like, okay, and now look, it's making a show on Amazon. So you snooze, you lose, and I was one of those people who snoozed, man. So maybe next time.
Yeah. And the book hasn't gone that expensive. It's just the amount of copies being moved. Well, warranted for it to be on the hot list. You know what I mean? Because hot list doesn't necessarily mean that it's going for a lot of money. It just means that a lot of copies are being moved.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So still, I think pretty affordable. Usually when trailers drop, that's when things get a little more pricier. You know what I mean? So if you're into it and this is something you want, now's the time to get it real quick before you see any actual movie footage, show footage or anything like that. All right, so the next book right here and I love it when old books make it into the, books that I remember seeing when I was a kid. So we have here the Uncanny XMen 161, September of 1982. And this is the origin of Magneto. And just to say, I love that this book is on here because it shows you that although the movie market and show market and all that does drive prices up on books, and it is really driving our market right now, comics themselves also can drive the market up. And based on what I'm gonna read to you from Eric's article, this is why I say that. So he wrote, here's one of the comic book heads that aren't interested in the TV show or that may or may not get made. Exactly. So this is not about a TV show or anything like that. The Uncanny X-Men 161 has been on absolute fire lately, and it's not even the first appearance. However, what readers do get in the origin story of Magneto, which is still just a good read, to say sales have picked up would be an understatement. In fact, they have picked up to the tune of nearly 1,700%. So it's just basically because of the origin of Magneto. You know what I mean? And maybe the anticipation of him coming to the MCU or something like that. But there's no key in that like that. Just an origin story. What do you think about this book, Manny?
It's X-Men, man. What else can you say? I do have this book, and it's probably right now, it's probably expensive, no?
If you I haven't checked the prices on the books now, but it's been moving though. The book has been moving.
It's a good read. If you don't have this book, pick it up, man. If you could get it on the cheap, pick it up and read it. It's origin of Magneto, you know.
Yeah.
So many Magneto years later,
has a good. Yeah, I know, right? There, you think about it, right? Yeah. He came out in the '60s, and they waited so long into the '80s to give you like his full backstory, you know.
And it's Claremont, man. What can you know?
Yeah, you can't go wrong with Chris Claremont. Yeah. That's right. And Joker, Mike, what do you think, man?
Dude, this is a book that I kind of need. Oh, because I like Magneto. Magneto's like my top 2 villain next to Dr. Doom. So obviously, you know, X-Men #1 is okay. So this is the next best thing. You know what I mean? So this definitely I need to look out for this book. Now that I know that it's going up in price. I gotta sting me one ASAP.
Yeah, and that's like what you mentioned. You mentioned 2 things, that top 2 villains for you. For a lot of people, it's the same way too. Like usually, like Dr. Doom and Magneto are their top 2. And then the fact that X-Men #1 is so overpriced already. If you want to get something close to like a first appearance, what's the next best thing? His origin, you know. Yeah. So this next book right now, we went over this book a few weeks ago on our show on Chilling with the NY Warriors, and we did a whole breakdown of how many of the #1s are there, the different variants and stuff like that. So let me just show you what book it is. It's Invincible #1 from 2003 Image Comics, Robert Kirkman. And it has the first season that on Amazon just wrapped up with the last episode of this season. So hot book. Let me just read to you quick what Eric wrote about the article. He said if this were a sports card, it would have everything needed to make it the '89 Upper Deck Griffey Jr. card. Okay. It was released by a smaller publisher. It's a kick-ass cover. Finally, it has a low print run. Well, that last point is still debated in regards to the junior rookie, but not with Invincible. Retailers ordered slightly under 11,000 copies, making the current print run tag understandable. What makes this book this week is Amazon picked up season 2 and 3 after the first season wrapped up. So dope. I mean, there's nothing I can say about this book. The series has been amazing. I had a few of the early issues coming on when as they were coming out. But again, a series that I got rid of way too soon because we didn't know how this market was going to be. And the show's been badass, man. So, Manny, what do you think about Invincible?
Yeah, man. I had a crazy run of this. I think I had from issue 20 all the way to like the last issue, which I think was like, if it's not 144?
It was something like that. I don't remember the last. Number, but it didn't end not too long ago. Maybe like what? It's been like a
couple of years ago. I want to say a couple of years ago it ended.
Maybe 2. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it was a great story, man. I mean, the art was good. Freaking storyline was amazing. So yeah, man. If you're not watching this on Amazon right now, then I don't know, man. I haven't finished it myself. I only got up to the 4th episode, so
yeah,
still got a lot to go.
Cool. And Joker, Mike, what do you think?
Invincible. All right. I know there was people who was, it's kind of like has a not gonna say cult following with this book, but I wasn't a really big fan when this book came out. The show made the book for me. If you understand what I'm trying to say. Like the show made me like the character more. I really enjoyed. I liked it so much that I saw the first 3 episodes. On point, like when it dropped on Friday, I was there.
Yeah.
To the point that I was like, I gotta binge watch it. So I waited till the season finished so I could just watch the whole thing. And me and my son, man, #1 dad. Yeah, me and my son enjoyed this.
I was just gonna say that.
Yeah, but my son is of age. He's already 16.
Yeah, he's already a teenager.
So, so we enjoyed this. Now that we have a season 2 and 3, it's even better. So dope. I mean,
so that means this book is just gonna grow. Yeah. It's gonna keep going. You know what I mean? And I wish I remember what episode it was, but we did like I said earlier, we did a breakdown of all the different variant covers that they have for that issue #1. On there, if the first one is out of reach, for your money wise, there's other options to getting
just
#1.
Out with a local comic shop, they foil variant.
There's a San Diego Comic Con variant. There's 2 San Diego Comic Con exclusives. There's even an image first. Pick up those image first. You never know. But sometimes those books, they hit. So we're down to the last book. But you know what? Before we get to the last book, I did promise you guys. Remember 2 episodes back of the CBCS Hot List, I said we were going to do a giveaway of that Star Wars, and because we're recording this on May the 4th, but you'll see it on May the 5th. But in honor of that, I want to make sure that we did that giveaway. So I picked one random winner from the comments of that video, and this was the random winner. I ran it right before we started the recording, and congratulations, Comics and Culture. Comics and Culture, you win that giveaway of that Star Wars High Republic issue number 4. Just contact me, DM me on IG, give me your mailing address, and then I'll make sure that you get that book. That book goes on your way.
That's all right. Congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations, Comics and Culture. So the last book on the list, I'm gonna just hit you guys with it right away. Bam. So we have All New Wolverine from January of 2016, and it's not really a key issue, but there's some things that I would say make it a key issue. Laura wears the classic blue and yellow suit. So let me just go to what Eric wrote real quick. He said there has been a lot of buzz around X-Men titles and the characters on the team, either formerly or presently. Here's X-23 in the classic Wolverine suit. It just gives me those early 90s cartoon feels. This book has seen a jump of over 300% in sales as a new X-Men team announced, which would include X-23 in this suit. He just hopes that she says the word bub a lot, Yeah, so that being said, real quick, I just have a few bits of this run because I collected this run back with this. All New Wolverine was when Marvel relaunched all their titles back after Secret Wars in 2016, and there was a lot of people that were upset about her taking the mantle of Wolverine, of taking the Wolverine title. But I went all in. I was all in for that change, and this series was really, really good. It had awesome covers, the great storylines. They even introduced a new character. They introduced her little sister Gabby in issue number 2, her first appearance. So this is a good run, guys. So if you guys can pick it up. Awesome run. What do you think, Manny, about this one?
I never picked that book up, but I mean it's Wolverine. I mean she wears the classic suit. I mean that's dope.
Yeah, it's a dope cover too for regular. That's the regular cover too. That's
nice
not even variant.
Yeah, I know. What's his name? The artist. He did some variants for this too, right? Geez, I want to say. I forgot. Whatever. Forget it. Sorry, my bad. Next.
All right. Mike, what do you think about this one?
This right here, man, when it comes to the new Wolverine #1 is a good book to get. And shout out to our fellow New York Warrior Erod 212. He recently did a video talking about NYX. We recently went to a show, and not a lot of people were selling those books. And he mentioned in his video that people are hoarding these books, when it comes to this character. And what's the best thing not to get his first appearances? You get your first costume, or certain things that you could get with this character. So definitely a good book to keep an eye on, and if it's affordable, snag it. So
yeah, definitely, man, definitely. And if I'm not mistaken, if I'm wrong, just let me know in the chat because you guys are smarter than me. But I think that's the first time she donned that suit. You know what I mean? The classic yellow and blue Wolverine suit.
I thought it was labeled. No, didn't he put it there?
Well, she wears it, but does it say the first time? I don't know. There could have been something where it's previewed earlier or not. I'm not 100% sure. When you look it up, it doesn't say that either. You know what I mean? But I guess that's why this book is moving.
Mm-hmm.
So that's it, guys. That's the end of the list, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the list. In the comment section, guys, let us know what you guys think about this list. Let us know if you like any of these books, if you have them, or if you think there was other books that should have been on this list. But before you guys go, there is a discount that CBCS is running for this month. They got a May special, guys. Just use the promo code BEST VALUE to get 5% off your grading, which is pretty dope because you already know that grading companies, they don't be giving discounts. So it's cool that you could get any discount, guys. So make sure that you guys check them out for your submissions. And
clear choice.
Clear choice. That's right. So Mike, let the people know where you're gonna be at, where they can find you and stuff.
My channel, man, you already know we run East Meets West Comics, man. On Thursdays, Fridays, and Sundays. Thursday, we run a new comic day review, working with CBSI too, doing our cover fires for that day, and then on Friday we do our CBSI FOC with the East Meets West. We cover Josh, from our panel. He does a list for CBSI for FOC, which is dope. And always get your pre-orders in time with your LCSs so you don't miss out on these books. books. And our live podcast show on Sundays, man, 7 p.m. Eastern on my channel, guys. And that's all I got.
Yeah, and you could catch Joker also on right here on Home of the NY Words. He does the comics and coffee, or coffee and comics, newly branded.
Coffee and comics,
coffee and comics every Saturday morning at 9:30 a.m., which that's a live show. And Manny makes an appearance on there too, so you could catch Manny there. Manny, anything you want to say before we go?
Nah, man, just go check out my channel too. I got some good material on there.
Yeah, he got some hauls, guys. If you like, he doesn't do shows, but he got some nice haul videos. He picks up some really good books. So if you guys are into the whole haul thing and showing like the runs, and Manny's the one that does it, you know.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, there you go. All right, that's it, guys. Until next time, peace.
Lots of love.